how we have learned, how we have been doing this. Where is it? It's an international course. We've been offering this from US, France, and various other places. Same course is offered to you. So let me just share my desktop, and then I will take it from there.
Please, sir.
Yeah,
Please. Yes.
second. So share. So I'm just going to share my entire screen. It's easy to. So if others can go for mute, then can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, we can see now.
I am actually presenting one slide deck, which will talk about what is applied data science. See, we call it as applied data science. When we deliver something, we need to apply it. Just learning will not help. So see, we have courses, and we've been developing these courses for students to make sure that they understand the technology. So why we are telling about the course is because that's the only way you can learn how to apply data science. And then Hitachi has got a various set of technologies, including electronics to energy to power and storage servers and everything. So it's a Japanese company. I am sure you maybe heard about this. So there are STEM technologies. We have a course, and then business also we have a course. In case if you're interested in the course, and then it is offered to engineering and business schools. So we provide this basically to make sure that students have learned to understand how to apply the data science. Because you can learn the data science from any public domain where a lot of materials are available. So that's why we developed a small course which help them to apply this main thing. So instead of doing different school science projects, we can build the data science of future innovation technologies where we are using a proper data and then business driven technology. So that's what we intended to do. Yeah, so the course is all about basically this same course is available in University of San Francisco and in Paris, and then few technologies in Australia, and then various other part of the world. So we've been, why we may ask why business team is involved, because when you want to sell something, we need to make sure we develop something to sell also. So there should be a business angle to this. So there will be why thinking like a data science methodology. So this is about the business, how the data science works. What is the use of this? If something, if you have developed, how do you use it? And then because it should be sellable. Because if you develop some software and everything, you need to have that business sense to in the sellable market. So this is one area where we need to focus. And then the other areas are basically exploring data science operations, and there's a project also part of it. I don't know how is your curriculum structured. This is what the Hitachi Vantara offered. And then there are Python and Python programming related to data science, and then there are some technologies also. They teach machine learning labs and everything for the STEM students. So the main difference between the business and the technology students is all about the programming part of it. Business students may not necessarily take the programming part of it. The business students usually take that part also. Okay, so I mean, see, this can be taken by engineering students and the business students, as I said. The course has material of around 125 hours. Maybe the people will be teaching around 100 hours, maybe 20 or 25 hours will be your other type of work, and then discussions and everything. So we provide more material than usual, so you can have a reference, etc. So at a minimum 100 hours need to be taught. Then only you will be able to, pass the exam and things like that. And then, so you may ask about current market. If you go to any public sites like PwC or Mercury or various other places, you see how many jobs are posted in the data science. So I don't have to tell you. This is the same story for across the world, and not only the IT domain. It is needed for the finance and HR and various other things. So product managers and everything. So data science is a part of any of the business technology, not only the engineering stream. That's the reason we wanted to have this course developed for everyone to make sure how data is used, how to monetize data. So this word is important, how to sell the data, whatever it is, its meaning of monetizing, and how to utilize in a business sense. Because ultimately, everything has to earn the dollar or Indian rupee or whatever. So We need to earn those things. Generally studying will not help. People are investing on you because we need to get the money back. So if you are invest your time to learn something, that means 1 or 2 to 4 years you are studying engineering and business schools. So you're investing your time and the money. So to get what you need to have a decent living. So for that you need to invest your time properly. Otherwise, 3 years, 4 years is wasted. And getting some mark is one of the portion, but the knowledge is different. So we need to focus on that. Yeah, so I'm going to skip these slides because I'm sure everybody knows the type of salary and everything in the market. This is available in the we were doing this study earlier when we launched the course around 2.5 years back, because this course is running last 2.5 years in various universities. So we wanted to see how people are getting salaries. This has gone up. In fact, the salaries 1 year, 2 years back. So these salaries are going up now. So this is 2 years old data, if you ask me. Yeah. So this is same for Indonesia, China, India, everywhere. So there was a question someone asked me last presentations earlier. When I did, who is Hitachi Vantara? It is not. It is a fully subsidiary of Hitachi. Hitachi Limited has got around 3 lakh employees, worldwide company based in Japan, and we have offices in most of the countries, and then founded before the World War. So we were started with the locomotive engineering, and then finally we are into everywhere. I think in India we are big presence in the rail and the other technologies and the server storage technology. So I belongs to the IT part of it because we are doing services basically the IT part of it. And then our storages, and I'm sure you are using your day-to-day applications in on Hitachi storage. If you trade on NSE, National Stock Exchange, or use HDFC Bank or Axis Bank, or any of the bank, our systems are running there. So Hitachi is there in most of the other domains as well. So I belongs to the IT part of it. So that's why we are learning the consulting and communications. Yeah, so we invest a pretty huge amount of money for the R&D, and then we do many latest technologies. So this is where about the Hitachi. So when you are part of the Hitachi journey, you will be able to capitalize that. And if this course will be used, you can be used for any company. It doesn't matter that you are only Hitachi. So Hitachi developed this for students to make sure they are involved, and then they are there. It doesn't mean that you need to join, or you will get only Hitachi something. Because these systems are used in various companies, including Infosys, TCS, Wipro, or any of those companies. So because we sell services to those companies and servers and software to them, and then they use these software and services. So that's the all about And then see, there's something called social innovation. We are a big part of about the social innovation, making sure that we are providing the value to people, and then making harmony, sincerity, and things like that. So there are visions and social innovation part of it. I'm sure if you just Google social innovation Hitachi, you will see many social innovation activities we are doing for the company. Yeah, so this is I already spoke about that. We are there in pretty much 100+ years. Technologies are there, and then pretty much a lot of partners. So I'm not going to go into details. Yeah. So yeah, coming back to the course. This course was first developed by a person called Bill Marshall. He was actually, if you just Google Dean of Big Data, you will see his name. He's called the Dean of Big Data. He's very famous in San Francisco area. So his book, he has written 2 books. So the course is about how to think like a data scientist, and then business-driven technologies. So he was with Hitachi earlier, and during that time we developed this course with the help of him. He is actually an honorary professor of University of San Francisco, and then he works for various multinational companies. He is also working with the Dell. He is working with before his name, he was the Nobel Prize winning list, so it's pretty famous. So these courses are basically based on this particular technology. And then this is Bill. He's available on LinkedIn. If you want to connect with him, he's approachable. You can text him and follow him. So he's pretty. His name, when you say Google Dean of Big Data, you will see about him. So he's a person who is helped us to develop this course when he was in Hitachi. He was a chief to CTO in Hitachi. I personally know him very well because I worked with him earlier. So we have a good collaboration. In my LinkedIn also, you will see he's one of the friends. Okay. So and then yeah, about this course, it is available on your mobile and laptop. So it's easy to download. I'll show you brief of the course in case if you're interested. And you also get a completion certificate once you finish. And if you want to get an associate certificate on digital badge, etc., I think you can approach Trans Neuro if you want to get a digital badge. They will ask you to write an exam, and then you will be getting a badge if you want to get a badge. So that I think is extra paid. I think you have to pay for some exam fee for that. It's an optional thing. It's nothing to do with the course. It's up to you. And then we've been delivering to many universities in outside India. So these are videos. I can't show it here, but these universities, if you type, you will see many Hitachi related stuff. And then if you look at the corporate solution, we are there everywhere. If you look at go to Hitachi.com and business, you will see many Hitachi related things. And then there are social innovation case studies, how you help the common man and, related to many technologies. This is an interesting slide which will touch on various other developments and projects. So you may want to explore this as well. So case studies will be, yeah, that's my end of presentation. If you want to see the course, I just logged in to the course. So can you see my screen? Yeah, so this course, I just logged into Hitachi University. This is my Hitachi University screen. So you will see the same course I help for this thing. So there are courses available here. So if you open the curriculum, see it's a worldwide course, don't worry about this price, it's outside price. So if you go into this course, you will see course details, data-driven business and things like that. So there are some of the WBT, some of them are exercise, some of them are virtual learning, and some of them are face-to-face teaching. So it's a mixture of all of this. Some of them are webinar you can take yourself, this WBT. If you click on here, you will see the same course which Bill is teaching in University of Francisco. You will get it here also, and then the other professors will teach. I'm just showing you. So you may not be able to see the may not be able to see the audio. I mean, we hear the audio, but you can see the same course. There's a big data MBA, creating smart spaces. It's actually delivered in University of Francisco by Bill. So if I click here, you will see Bill taught the same thing. You will be also seeing this. So it's a same international course. So this is he is teaching video. You may not be able to hear. Yeah, so you can skip. Yeah. Just closing that. So this is what you see, and then once you finish everything, there's a project, and then you will get a certificate also. This is hosted on Hitachi. So if Trans Neuro is launching this, it will come to this screen, and then you will be taking the course here, and certificate will be provided to you. And then you'll see data operations. You go to the next. So you can take this course, and it includes Hadoop and many other things in order to do the project, etc. So this is what I'm supposed to be talking to you. So if you have any questions, please shoot. You can also type your questions if you want to. You can answer.
Sir, actually, your presentation was very fast. So
yeah, so I can if there is any doubts on the slide, I can again show you. Not an issue. If you want to go to a particular slide and ask any doubts, we can do that. And I ran through fast because I believe you were able to understand, since you're most of the students are from the engineering background. Do you have any doubts, sir? I can answer you.
Please, you can go ahead and ask our students if you have any queries, any questions. Either you can type it in the message, or you can just simply unmute yourself and ask.
I can again go back to the course or the slide if you have it. So I spoke about data science and why do you need, just recapping. So I can send you this profile to, you might have it, who will benefit, etc. is there. And about the
Someone
course.
asked, how will exam be done? It is
I'm sorry, what is the question again? Sorry.
So the question is that how the exam will be done, whether it is a descriptive type or an
It is a multiple choice questions. Yeah. So let me just show you. You will get 35 questions and 60 minutes to answer. You will have to use a proctoring webcam. It should be external webcam. Please don't use a laptop because external webcam will work better. So if you want to do, or there is an exam along with the course, which is free, which is for self-assessment. This is a paid, exam where they can. It's very $100. Cost is not very high, so it is discounted for the India business. So you will also get the badge, digital badge, where you can put in the social media, where you are certified on data science, applied data science. You get the same thing, applied data science, business, or applied data science, depending upon which year you are passing. So we've been running this like last 2020 onwards, so it's already 2 years. So I think it's 2019 is launched. So yeah, this is what you get. And then this is basically the course completion certificate once you finish. You get this, and then you also get this once you pass the exam. Now, once you take the course, I
duration
can
of
see
someone asked duration of course.
a duration of course is around 100 hours. Let me go back again. I'll show you the. So you can see the duration of course is.
Yes, certificate will be given by Hitachi University or Vedanta.
No, it is Hitachi
Hitachi
Vantara. I
Vedanta.
mean, Hitachi Vantara is a fully subsidiary of Hitachi, so you will get a certificate like this, Hitachi Vantara certificate. So it will be like this. So applied, qualified associate applied data science from Hitachi Vantara. Hitachi Vantara is a fully subsidiary of Hitachi. It is like Hitachi Power. Vantara is a Japanese name, so it's a server storage thing. So it is very famous in most of the other corporate domain. So if you go to www Hitachi Vantara, you will see here. So it's a fully discovery of Hitachi Vantara. So if you see, it's the same thing. So we basically work with many technologies. You see the entire storage what we use in National Stock Exchange is from Hitachi. So most of the people don't know. So this is what we deliver. And there are a lot of free books available. You can go and read these free books. Just go to Data Fabric, and there are a lot of technology available in Hitachi website. So this is fully subsidiary of Hitachi. So you will see US, if you click on it, it will go to the same website. So if you want to go to, various companies are there. If you go to, so you'll see, you click on Japan, it will go to Japan. So we are actually using India site. Just click on India. India, you'll see India related technologies. There are a lot of case studies. You'll be interested to see what customers are using. So that's a very interesting site. I think I can click from the slide. Click on this one. It should go to the social innovation Hitachi related case study. So here what happens is you will see a lot of case studies. This is freely available for students to learn. So you can see smart city, aging, healthcare, and various things. So you can do more projects here, various other things. So we are actually promoting a lot of things in India. Related things. So in social innovation forum, you can see that also. A lot of material is there. And this is basically Hitachi products and group. So Hitachi Vantara is one of the subsidiary of Hitachi Group. So corporate information about Hitachi Group, you can see all those things. Hitachi Vantara
Hi, Rajesh sir.
20% of the revenue. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what is the prerequisite for this certification? Does it require pure IT field, or anybody can do that?
It is basically the people have to know mathematics, and mathematics knowledge is required. Basic mathematics is required, and then the people with second year engineering onwards, you can learn. Even first year, well, second year is better, I would say. And then Python programming will be very useful if you know. Otherwise, basic programming details also useful if you are planning to use the programming technologies. So people, as I mentioned in the slide, you will see here who will get benefited. There is a slide on that. So MBA students also applied most of the place. So you can see there are two courses. One course is the business course, where the business and commerce and economics and MBAs and information studies, etc. The other one is for engineers. Engineers can do little bit of programming. That really helps them to learn the programming side of it, because there is some programming here. So you see this. So this one will really help if you know basic. Otherwise, we'll teach the Python. So it's not an issue. So and then business people will definitely attend this portion of it. It is around 60-65 hours of course. And then STEM portion is around 100 to 125, depending upon how fast you run. Material is there up to 140 hours, if you ask me. Really, some of the material is pretty large. So there are some colleges used to complain and why do you need this much material? Most in some of them are reference material. Some colleges in international university wants to use a reference material for additional questions, and they want to conduct their own exams. So sometimes we give these credits. Some of the price colleges, for example, 12 credits are there. Some other colleges, so they do pretty large amount of questions from various chapters. So hope that answers your question.
So can you explain exactly what is the data science? Means some participant want to know what is the data science and how become a good. Here is a good opportunity for the students and any technical persons. And some peoples are are from the out of country, no? Pakistan and Saudi Arab and other countries. They are also in they are also participant. So please explain exactly what is the data science. They want to know what is the data science basically. So can you explain uh, something about the data science?
Yeah, so I hope the people are from the engineering side, whoever is going to be there, or even if it is a BCom.
And Rajesh sir, your voice is not clear as the other people's voice is coming. So can you come closer to the mic?
I am closer to the mic. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Yeah. The data science is basically, when you say data, it's a collection of information. So, for example, if you have a 10,000, line of data of some Excel sheet, some details of, some records. So, how do you use that record for monetizing? Monetizing means to sell. And how do you analyze this and then make a use of it for for something to do? For example,
So, do you want to say it is a statistics program or what?
It's not a statistics program. So my suggestion is this type of information need to be. It's a very basic information where it's a collection of information. Where we call data, and it is a science around the data. That means how do you project and how do you use? I'll tell you an example. When you look at the Uber as a Uber, you are using Uber. Everyone knows hopefully it's Uber. See, when you go to a place and then we are going and clicking and finding a car, or the car need to find where the person is. So the amount of data transferring from that booking and the collection of information is very, very huge. For example, if someone wants to go to, Bangalore to Mysore, I'm just giving an example. So there will be a number of cars. Some of them doesn't go long term. I mean, it will take 3 hours. Some of them do only short rides. They have to find the right driver, near location, faster thing. So this collection of information is already there, and this has to be formulated and it has to be given to the user in a very, very short span of time. And then even Zomato booking. So there are a lot of data science around that. Who will do? How do you do the pricing? How many people are attending the? How many people are buying the same restaurant? How many people are using? So these data will be with Zomato. So they have to apply a science to do the pricing. If the demand goes up, then the price goes up. And some of them need to be delivered on time. So you need to find the right driver. So this information is a collection of information is already available. How do you formulate in a platform and then give a user experience? So these type of things, if you want to do, you need to know how to do it. This is a collection. So imagine how much information is there. The person information, how many deliveries he has done, and the bike, and then location, and the and the type of restaurants all over the place. So all this information is sitting in the database, and it keeps changing. It's not very the guy is changing, the hotel is changing the menu, something they have now closed. So when you order something, you need to know. And if the order is not really placed, Zomato will lose money. Similarly, Uber will lose the money. And then we bad customer satisfaction. So and then it has to work on any mobile. It is not a small thing because the network is small, so you cannot transfer huge amount of data because you will break the network. And it is millions of people. So the amount of transaction happen for this small application is enormous. So this is a working example of a data science.
So do you want to say that we have to develop the algorithm and then do something, or directly use the data in some already programmed, and then we enter the data and get the result?
Yeah, so that is very doing part of it. First of all, what we need to understand is, I mentioned here thinking like a data scientist. So we have a book. I mean, like a book is also part of it, I believe. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to post this YouTube video into the your chat so people can see it. So what happens is, what is data science? How we are doing? We need to see this type of So I'm going to do this in your. I don't know whether I can do it, but let me just try. So you can have a look at it on this particular. Where do I do that? I think it's I use Teams. Is there any chat window? Yes, there is a chat window. So go and see this video. I think this might help. Then there is another video where I'm posting here. So this is the webinar he has taken in some few colleges. So it might help you to understand some idea about this data science and how this is helping, etc. So hope it is working. It's a little old, so sometimes it doesn't work.
I request the organizer to send this videos to all the participants.
Yes, sure. Sir, what is the difference between the data science and data analytics? Both are the same, or there is any difference?
Okay, so these when you say data science, it is like a science on top of the data. So you're applying some science, applied data science. So you're asking about analytics, means you have already some information, so you're doing some analytics on existing information. I'm just typing this so you can see this all of this information. Yeah. So this slide is there with so many lighting. They will be able to share. I think previously I shared this earlier. So you can use.
I'll share it. I'll share it.
Salman sir, the Rajesh sir share the all links in chat box, so you can go through the
That's
chat
what
box.
I'm saying. Taking from a chat box is difficult. At the end of the session, you can take all these things and forward to the group which you have made. That will be much easier, because we are not able to grab going from here to there. So we are not ready to. We are not catching the point. So once we get all the things in order and we sit together, and then we'll try to see. You already have a WhatsApp group, so we can chat together. That's my request.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. I have shared, no? Okay, sir. As Swapnil, yes, proceed, sir.
Yeah, so
Okay,
my
is it done?
suggestion to you, to the students, is basically to go and Google on data science, and basic things you can understand, because before you are investing time to learn, you need to know what it is. Otherwise, simply some jargon will come and then go. So people say, hey, what is cloud? Okay, it's a nice word. So what is the real use of the cloud? So these type of things, you can learn a lot of materials are out there on the public domain. These are very fundamentals everybody need to know in the industry. When you pass out any stream of the person who is coming and coming out of the college in India or in any part of the world should know basic of these type of word which is used. It is on the cloud. What does it mean? So, or which is this is data science, or this is data analytics. The difference between is like commerce and economics. What is economics and what is commerce? There is a difference. Because some people doesn't understand even that. If you go to engineering student, they'll say, hey, more or less same. So there are a lot of differences when you come to this type of technologies.
Sir, what type of demand in market, matlab, to the those person who's completed the data science courses? Basically, in European countries or in Indian perspectives. Okay, where is the
See,
more demand?
demand is there everywhere because this is something new. No one knows. So what happens? Anything new, there are in any type of skill they will take it because we can train them more if they know something. If they don't know anything, then that is gone. So if you take a certification or anything on applied data science, you will get a huge salary because this, the day one he may not be able to perform, he or she, but we can train them in 2 months, 3 months time. But if you don't know anything, it will take 3 months to train them, and then another 6 months productivity. So companies will not look at it. So if you don't know the basic of any of these big data, cloud, analytics and data science, and up to that data science is the prominent one because now I showed you the demand slide. It was basically showing, what is the market trend. So you can see here. Just explain again. So this is the market trend I explained. So you see 2.7 million jobs. This is in finance industry, healthcare, manufacturing, professional services, retail. So the data science jobs are there everywhere, not only just on IT, because the engineering, data governance, visualization. So they need to know all of this. So statistical data also important. So Outlook, I showed you about the future job outlook. How this is, which is area. It is not me draw this thing. Most of them done by US market. Some of them are done in PwC, which is Price Waterhouse. It is available out there. And if you go to public PwC website and say go to data science, you will see how much study they have done. KPMG or all these research institutes. So you can just go there and then Google how much job it is available for data scientist, data analyst. Yes, there is a minor difference between data scientist and data analyst. Data analyst is to analyze the existing data. Data scientist is basically to make the science work, use the data and make something work. For example, robotics is very much linked to data science. So you might have seen a lot of robotics projects running. So if you want to know the data working, you need to know how robots can do many things, different type of activities. So analyst can only do analyze existing one. They may not be able to use it and do something work. So this one has a slightly better chance. And artificial intelligence, of course, machine learning is also part of the course because we want to link this together. Because then only, it is a similar situation in China, Indonesia, everywhere demand is there. Because this course we were running in many countries. Okay, so let me go to the that course curriculum again because that will help you to understand. I don't know where that slide it is. Let me see. I think it is the first slide. Yes, here it is. So here you see this is four pillars. First pillar is around 16 hours about the data-driven business about how why do you use and how do you workshop, how do you plan this, how do you chart this whole thing to make it work, because as you mentioned, how do you utilize this is very important. Otherwise you are doing some coding work that anybody can. I can get a Python programming in the street with very basic salary, so I can do. But somebody who can articulate about how to make it work, there is a brain. That is where the money is. If you want to invest on your time, you should study this part of it. This is just to making it work. Python programming, you will have 100 people we can get, but why do you need to use a Python programming? How do you use it? What is the use of company or just going and sitting Python? So the designing part makes a big impact. So that's where we need to study this part, in the business part of it. So introduction to artificial intelligence and machine learning, how this is linked to industrial IoT, how the analytics data pipeline works. So those things. And then how it is integrated to the industry, other thing, Hadoop, in SQL and cloud. So how this is cloud using the information, how to download and how to see. If you look at the Uber or the Zomato examples, these are very easy applications where we can find some data is there all over the place. And it is a security also important, where they should not be share some public information to somebody. So all these things need to come under the design of the any programming or any software. Or buying Amazon, say for example, Amazon, you're using Amazon for ordering things. You look at the way they have, shipping things to you, and then you are returning this thing. It's a complex algorithm works, and the pricing, all those things are based on these technologies. So in the interest of time, I'm stopping here. I think any other thing, any other questions or anything, I think Sapnil, you can take over.
Sure, I'll take it if needed. So Rafiq ji, any further questions or any queries from students?
Sir, basically, the most of the students from the Western UP, they are from the Hindi belt.
Correct.
So I think they are not, most of are left because they are not comfortable in the hi-fi English and hi-fi presentation. So I think we should elaborate the all things
Sir,
regarding the data science.
जी.
Simple in the simple way. Exactly what is the data science? How can get placement? How can get the placement? And exactly what is the difference between the data and analytics? Those things are actually things are very important.
Correct.
All persons.
So देखिए सर, आई एम हियर. रफीक जी, कोई हिंदी में क्वेश्चंस है, किसी चीजों को और आप आसान तरीके में समझना चाहते हैं, तो कोई भी हिंदी में भी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकता है, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी कि आप सब इंग्लिश में ही क्वेश्चन पूछें. तो आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, एंड मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि आपको ही उस लैंग्वेज में इजी, जिस तरीके से आपको समझ में आ सके, मैं उसको कंप्लीटली एक्सप्लेन करूंगा.
Roy, I have a question because I'm an educational advisor in Saudi.
जी.
So I was having a lot of hope from this presentation that I could get something to penetrate, to tell the students, okay, go to the. But I don't feel that it is the thrust of your. I mean, you have just given very hi-fi, as the word used, very hi-fi. Because I'm PhD, I'm doing PhD in data science. So I was expecting a lot of good things. But the thing is that what the question raised right now, that this data science is a new science, because computer science is going through saturation. Now programming is going to saturation. The hardware is going to saturation. Okay. So now this is a new field which is going into the direction that those people who doesn't know what is CPU and what is the performance of the CPU, they're not caring about. They just want something like khichdi, like something you cooked and just gave it to them as a cake. So this is a science which is a cake. If you know that what is the ingredients, you have to study a lot.
Exactly.
But if you don't want to take it, you want to use it as a tool. This is the best science that you can use as a tool. I am the health informatics.